Okay, so one thing that I did want to do was to lift up the chest a little bit earlier, around, you see where the chest is coming down at the same time as the hip. I want to have the chest stay a little bit higher at this point. So we're going to have the chest a bit higher just to anticipate this roar more, and then let the hip go down against the chest going up. And we can actually then delay the chest coming down a little bit later and soften off that curve on the chest. Okay, that was one of the things that I wanted to do in the previous lesson. I just didn't get around to it, and yeah, thought we'd just touch that up for now. Okay, with the head, we are going to counter against everything. So against the chest and the hips and everything. We can look at the cache if you want for reference of it. You don't have to match it perfectly. If you don't like what was done before, you don't have to have the same poses or anything like that. Again, entirely up to you. So what I did in the previous one, if we just select the cache, let me just select the cache. Let me select the cache, GPU cache. Let me just isolate this quick. Let me save. And if we look at the cache, we've got this really sort of nice wobble, but a lot of animators might not like that sort of wobble that's going on in the chest. I just think that sending the shockwave through the hip to the head is pretty cool. And I think we can try and achieve something similar, if not the same. It's more of a flick, so the head is flicking up and the chest is driving that movement, but I want to exaggerate the chest a bit more. So when I did the blocking, it wasn't as aggressive as I wanted it to be when I was blocking it out. So I'm going to work on the head a little bit more on this lesson, and yeah, it's gonna be good. Let's just get the scene correct. Now, so when the dragon is landing, you see here we're losing a lot of volume on the neck, so we need to keep the neck a bit more forward. And again at 390, it's still losing a little bit of volume. And we're getting an overlap on the jaw. So the jaw is overlapping a little bit in Y as the dragon is coming in to hit the ground here. So I might even keep the head up a bit at this to compensate for the next part of it, which would be to lower the head here at 430. Boom. Let the chest go up. And as the chest goes up, it's going to pull the neck and head itself up as well. Not so high, it's quite aggressively high right now, so we can lower that, and then I might even keep the head going up even more, and then I will rotate it into the roar there, 456, and we'll lower the head with the jaw up more, with the rotation of the neck up a little bit higher, like this. Okay, and then again we're losing a lot of volume, so this is all dependent on the translation of Z curve going forward and the Z curve of this going forward. Okay, so you want to try to match the head and the center of gravity controller, otherwise you start to lose volume or gain volume either way. So once you're happy with the distance, you want to try and maintain that gap. when the dragon is roaring like that. This is going too much at the end, so you bring it back a bit. You can see with the sliced mode, if you start going too crazy, you break away the geometry. So you don't want to have too compressed geometry here, for example, and then here as well is maybe too far forward. So you can bring that back a little.